Good morning to you, Americans. Jericho Green here with you again, headed to my spot in the rat race. And you know, occasionally I like to lighten it up a little bit, tell a little story from times past. So this is the story of the time I saw a guy get smashed in his nuts with a chunk of asphalt. So, after I got out of the service, I moved up to Buffalo, New York, with my buddy Tony. What up, Tony? We got a job at this company. I'll say the name. It was Brown's Trucking in Orchard Park, New York, Orchard Park. And dude was kind of shady. You know, he used to, every payday, this guy named Sandy Ferrucci would be looking for him because he owed him money. I mean, this cat would park outside of the shop for hours, and the boss would be calling, "Hey, Sandy still there, still waiting?" And I'm not bullshitting. That's how these cats talk. Like, it was straight out of a fucking Sopranos episode. There was Paulie and Mikey. They were brothers. There was Paulie, Mikey, Donnie, Joey, Tommy, all these cats. And most of them were truck drivers. So we did put down new driveways. So you have this stuff called, you take the old driveway after you rip it up, you grind it up, and it's called millings. And you use that as the base for the next new driveway that you put in. You put down the millings and the asphalt, sealer, all that shit. Now, using millings, is that common practice? I don't know. Like I said, this cat was shady, but that's what we did. So one day, this new driver, it was like his second or third day, and what the drivers would do, they pull up to the back of the shop. It's this huge area, big old piles of millings and shit, and so there's chunks laying around that aren't ground up really small. Like, it'd be ground up like ground beef, that kind of consistency. That's the millings. But some of the pieces wouldn't get ground up, so you got these big chunks laying around. Some of them, you know, small as a baseball. Other ones like as big as a basketball. And so the drivers would line their trucks up. The the backhoe or the front loader would scoop up the millings, dump it in the truck. The guys would take off and go to the different jobs. So while their trucks are being loaded up, the guys would stand around drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, talking shit, busting balls. And so the new driver, he's standing there with all the other ones. They're probably, 10 feet away from the front loader. And this guy, you know, he got 5-6 trucks backed up. You know, he's behind the 8 ball. You got to hurry up. So he's getting these huge scoops of millings. So when he's scooping them, the scoops are so big that the front tires of the front loader are like almost flat. The weight is pushing the tires down. So sure enough, eventually, boom, front tire pops. Big ass tire too. It pops. You see this chunk of asphalt about the size of a big grapefruit. Not quite the size of a pomelo, but a big grapefruit. So the chunk of it flies from the blast of from the force of the tire popping. It flies and everybody's head is watching it. You can see it almost slow motion. It goes, bounces off the tire of a pickup truck and hits this new driver right in his balls. And it hits him and he goes, "Ugh!" And he just bends over, grabs his nuts and falls on the ground. And all the drivers are like, "Oh," everybody out there is like, "Oh shit." So we help this cat up and we take him into the office. And it was an office and then there, you know, the water cooler, a fucked up looking couch, and the bathroom. So we help this guy to the bathroom and, you know, he goes in, he closes the door. I swear to God, one of the drivers takes his hat off and just holds it like like somebody fucking died. And this dude's balls probably did die. So he's in there for a few minutes and there must be 10 dudes in the office just kind of standing around like, fuck, man, you know, is he gonna be all right? Is he gonna live? Is there like a bloody mess in his pants? Like, what's going on? So he comes out and he has his hand inside his pants and you see this huge bulge. He stuffed a bunch of paper towels in there. We're like, oh fuck, man. So he comes out and everybody's just like, he's walking real gingerly. And we're like, damn, man, you need to go to the hospital? You all right? And he takes the paper towel out of his pants and there's just these little spots of blood. Like if you've ever, I remember one time I hit my shin so hard that these little spots of blood came out of the pores. That kind of pain that makes you sick for a second. So this cat, he shows us the paper towel. We're like, oh, shit. So, needless to say, homeboy got the rest of the day off. But the fucked up part about it all, other than his balls getting mangled, was that he wasn't there long enough to get benefits. So he had to go back to work the next day. So he shows up. You talk about walking lightly. This man was tiptoeing, slow as shit all day. And you could tell there was just something in the air. Everybody was just giving this dude a pass. Hey man, take it easy, drive slow, all that kind of shit. But he didn't have insurance, so he had to go back to work. So he takes an ice pack and puts it under his nuts and sits in his truck. And you never notice bumps until you got to piss real bad or something. Well, this dude, the yard in the back where they pick up all the millings, man, it was potholes, all kinds of shit, debris. So we're just watching this dude's truck just bounce, leaving the yard like, oh, that shit's gotta hurt. And he went on about his business, man. He did it like a trooper. He kept working. A couple weeks later, he was all right, man. But that's been years ago. So, hey, man, if you're watching, I don't remember your name, but I hope your ball sack is doing all right. I hope it healed, because that shit looked fucked up. So there you go, people. Another installment of Storytime with Jericho. Don't be worried. I'll be back on my shit. Because like I always say, people, you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please resub if YouTube's been hating on you. Hit that notification bell. Follow your boy on the Twitters @green_Jericho. Utilize that PayPal link in the description box. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.